More than 60% of our country is currently experiencing drought. Startling evidence of this widespread drought can be found along the once mighty Mississippi River, where water levels have now reached historic lows, leading to major shipping disruptions on one of our nation's busiest waterways.
And we're going to head now to the banks of the Mississippi River, now in Arkansas. Managing editor of our climate unit, ABC News chief meteorologist, and our friend Ginger Zee is there for us. Ginger, I saw you earlier on GMA, and it was an incredible live shot with that drone that gives us the best idea we can of just how bad things are. So you start there. I hate to start with such a dire question, but give us an idea just how bad are things right now.
It's bad. I mean, there are so many parts from Minnesota down to Louisiana. You ask people, they say, I have never in my lifetime seen the river like this. This, though, is not the only dry riverbed. This is kind of an arm or a water harbor of the Mississippi River. You go to the Platte River in Nebraska, it looks like this. You go to rivers in Missouri, Iowa, Ohio, and you're going to see rivers. Everybody's dry. The drought shows you that more than 60% is in drought, and it's all up and down the Mississippi. But what happens is I'm going to take you with this drone over my head, and it's remarkable to see the pictures, yes, but even more remarkable to know the impact. And those barges, more than 60 of them just lying in wait, have been there for 3 weeks to a month, and that is going to have a big impact. I mean, this is America's biggest water superhighway.
Yeah, and let's talk more about that impact, Ginger, because obviously you're seeing what's happening right there, and what happens along the Mississippi affects everyone across this country and even worldwide in some cases.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people understand. I certainly didn't know the gravity of it until I started researching this story. I don't know if you can see the grain elevator. It's pouring soybeans in. Soy, rice, corn, all of the harvest, which they had a great harvest. It was supposed to be a comeback year for farmers after the pandemic. The harvest went well, but then they couldn't move all of their product. That means the farmer pays more. That means that each of these barges has thousands of dollars just waiting to get down to New Orleans. Some of it goes overseas, some of it goes to livestock feed. That means that the price eventually gets to us. Our meat could cost more, experts say, about a year from now. But remember, it's not just agriculture that moves on this river. It is everything from oil to plastic to fertilizer to steel. It's what builds us, powers us, and feeds us.
And Ginger, you are actually standing there not too far from where I grew up in West Memphis, right there on the banks of the Mississippi River, there on the Arkansas side. So I'm familiar with Osceola, that river. And that's where I did most of my growing up and time as a kid there. And the question now, I've never seen it like that in all my time. My folks haven't either. But what are people there on the ground telling you about what they're seeing?
Yeah, I mean, not only are they saying, yes, I see this and have not seen it in my lifetime, but they're saying they are concerned about getting rain. That's what they need, right? We need rain. And every little inch does matter. When you talk about filling the Mississippi River, it takes a lot of inches. You'd have to have above average precipitation. Unfortunately, that is not the case. That's not what is in the forecast. We're going into what's called a triple dip La Nina. Usually La Nina is pretty dry for this part of the country. Where you really need rain is the Missouri River Valley and then also up into the northern, like Minnesota and Wisconsin. This could be an all-winter issue, unfortunately.
Yeah. Ginger, the images are stunning, jaw-dropping, actually, and when you see the impact and hear about the impact, it's so concerning. But is there any hope out there?
You know, there is. Of course there is. You know, we've done this before. Unfortunately, in 1988, it was the costliest natural disaster, a drought on the Mississippi River. It cost $50 billion. We're not to that level yet. And they, you know, just last week had about 1 to 3 inches of rain, and it made the river rise, at least for this port, a foot or two. So that was great news. They can now take the volume up from, say, half of what they were doing, you know, half of what they should be doing, to maybe 60%. Every single inch of rain counts, and we're hoping in the next 6 to 14 days that we get a couple more inches to get these things out of here and get this harvest downriver so it's not sitting in a warehouse.
Well, Ginger, look, it's great to see you reporting on this and highlighting this for our viewers, but those of us who've known you for a long time know this is a passion of yours, not just on the air for reporting, but behind the scenes as we talk to you and have known you for a long time. So thank you so much for reporting on this. Again, that's ABC News chief meteorologist and managing editor of our climate unit, Ginger Zee.
Well, hey there. there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.